Uniform circular motion means a body is moving along a circular path. And if a body is moving along a circular path with the constant speed but direction changes, V is constant magnitude but direction changes, so a force is needed. So obviously when a body is moving along a circular path, a force required to change its direction, and the force acting along the center, in the direction center of the circle, that is called centripetal force, and the acceleration produced by this force is called centripetal force. Earlier we have studied that the direction of acceleration is along the direction of force. So acceleration is also directed towards its center. We will see in this portion about uniform circular motion, centripetal acceleration, relation between centripetal acceleration and the radial acceleration. See the circular motion first. When a body moves with constant speed on a circular path, it is said to have uniform circular motion. Let a point P which moves, we can say the trajectory of that moving object is circular. So let O is its center, and at time t its position is at P, whose radius vector is R. Now after some time body reaches to P dash, let its radius vector is R dash vector. Such motion is circular motion. The velocity along the circle is called angular velocity, represented by omega. So a particle P moves on a circle of radius vector R with uniform angular velocity omega. This velocity at this point is called the tangential velocity. This velocity is angular velocity. So here at P, linear velocity is along the tangent at P, and here see at P dash the direction of velocity is V dash along this direction, tangential direction. Uniform circular motion means the linear velocity V remains constant in magnitude, but its direction changes continuously. So the particle experiences an acceleration. In case of non-uniform circular motion, though non-uniform circular motion is not in our syllabus, the particle experiences acceleration due to change in both speed and direction. So that will be the case of non-uniform circular motion. But in uniform circular motion, the magnitude of linear velocity V remains constant, only its direction changes. See, in time del t, we can say initially the object at P at time t, and after time del t the body reaches at P dash. So here it is angular displacement del theta. So it is a vector quantity, angular displacement. So now we are having two displacement. One is angular displacement and another is linear displacement. See, in the same time, the angle between the v and v dash, it will also the same one, because angular velocity is constant. Now P to P dash if we join, then we will find it is the displacement, that is del R dash, and the distance covered along the circular track is del S. So del S is the distance while del R vector is the displacement. So what is the angular velocity? Angular velocity is the rate of change of angular displacement. Means omega equal to limit del t tends to 0 del theta by del t. As we know, linear velocity equal to limit del t tends to 0 del s by del t, distance by time. But for the angular velocity, it will be angular displacement by time. Now the relation between linear and angular velocity means relation between v and omega. What is linear velocity? Linear velocity is the rate of change of linear displacement. So that we can write, its magnitude will be limit del t tends to 0 del s by del t. But del s equal to r del theta. How it is? That we know theta equal to L by R. So let us see here, this part is del s, this one is here the radius, and this angle is del theta. This is the R radius. So theta equal to L by R, it is the arc length, which is here the distance. So del S equal to R del theta. So what we can say now from here, in this expression, V equal to limit del t tends to 0 R del theta by del t. R here remains constant, R is not changing, its magnitude remains same, only the direction of radius vector changes. So what will be this one? R can be taken out as outside, and limit del t tends to 0 del theta by del t. And what is this one? It is omega. So V equal to R omega. It is the relation between V and omega. Now its direction. Say it is V equal to omega cross R. It means the direction of V is perpendicular to R and omega. That we will see when we will study the cross product of vectors. So omega R and V are mutually perpendicular to each other, and omega is perpendicular to the plane containing R and V. Now the acceleration of uniform circular motion. The here notation is here as we discussed earlier. The direction of acceleration of a particle in uniform circular motion first. So see here, it at t, the direction of velocity is along the tangent at point P. So we can localize this one in its parallel, and the V dash also here in this direction. Angle between V and del V is del theta. So if we use the triangle law of vector, this it is the direction of del V, means change in velocity. Say this, its direction is towards the center of the circle. Now let's see how it is changing. At any time it is the position between here, but the particle is moving, so how it will change? So we can see the direction of V will change. At P the direction of V is along this tangent. At P dash the direction is along this. So this angle beta, let us see how it is changing. Now this direction, so see at del t equal to 0, del theta will be 0, and this beta, now here see this angular displacement, if the angular displacement is nearly 0, then this del v, that is its direction, see this beta is nearly perpendicular. It means angle between del v and v, that is beta, increases. Earlier we have seen how it is, now it increases and reaches to 90 degree and approaches 90, that is del v becomes perpendicular to v. R is perpendicular to V, here it is a tangent, and in class 10 we have a study radius is perpendicular to the tangent, so radius vector is perpendicular to the velocity vector, and del V, which is change in velocity, is also perpendicular to V. So what we can say, del V is acting along, del V acting along negative of R. Negative of R means R is acting along this direction, then del V acting along this direction. Since acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, therefore it acts in the direction of del V, or it acts in the direction along the radius and towards the center. Hence acceleration is called centripetal acceleration. So it is first in which direction centripetal acceleration acts. Now what is its magnitude? Again the same diagram we are taking. Now see here, one triangle OPP dash, OP and OP dash are equal, and here also PA in triangle PAB, PA is equal to PB, only direction differs, so here we are representing V and V dash. So these two triangles are similar and this angle is del theta. So by SAS these two triangles are similar, and if triangles are similar then their sides are in the same ratio. So what we can say, AP by PP dash, AP by PP dash equal to PA by, sorry here AB by PP dash is equal to PA by OP. Now substitute all these value. What is AB? AB is magnitude of this del V, by PP dash, it is the del R, so del V by del R is equal to PA, it is the V by R. So from here del V equal to V by R into del R. Modulus means for the magnitude. Or what is the acceleration? The magnitude of acceleration is limit del t tends to 0 del V by del t. So if we substitute the value of del V, what we will get? Acceleration equal to limit del t tends to 0. See the del V equal to here V by R into del R by del t. Again this V by R if we take out, then we can write this one as V by R limit del t tends to 0 del R by del t, and this del R by del t, it is the displacement by time. So what is this one? It is V. So this acceleration A equal to V square by R. It is the magnitude of the centripetal acceleration, or centripetal acceleration equal to V square by R. Now how we can represent centripetal acceleration in terms of angular speed? Just right now we came to know centripetal acceleration is V square by R, but V equal to R omega. So centripetal acceleration is R square omega square by R. So its value will be omega square R. Now in terms of frequency, angular velocity is 2 pi by t time period. In the total time period, angular displacement will 2 pi. So angular velocity omega equal to 2 pi by t, and 1 by t is frequency nu. So omega equal to 2 pi nu. So centripetal acceleration will be, which is omega square r, it will be 2 pi nu whole square r. So it is a 4 pi square nu square r. It is the centripetal acceleration.